Friends, today we are going to learn functions. What is the functions and how JDK 8 provide functions and how we can use JDK 8 function as a part of my application program. Let us see the syntax of function interface. Interface function. T is the input type and R is the return type. It contains one method which return any return type, and the method that provided within the interface is apply. It will take any type of input as a parameter. So this is the syntax of the function that provided by JDK 8. Now let us see to the example how function interface is useful for our application program. Let me create one sample example package simple.feature. There is an interface, sample interface containing one method, list of string it is returning, taking as a parameter employee, this is a simple interface I am creating here. Now create a class test interface 1. Public static void main string array of argument. Here I am taking list of employee and as you see here this interface contains single abstract method. So whenever interface having a single abstract method or whenever functional interface is applicable, there we can use lambda expression. So this is a functional interface because it has contained single abstract method, single method here, and I will use lambda expression because functional interface is applicable. So sample interface I want to provide the input passing list as an input and it has to return me list of string. So one list, employee list, we are converting into list of string. Put a new array list. Let's iterate the list. This is a list I'm passing and containing employee object in that list. So let's iterate and add all these name of the employee into another list and let's return that list. Let's save this example. Copy, save. This is a save. Here there is a functional interface, and with the help of lambda expression, we are passing s dot convert list. We are passing list of employee, and it is returning me list of string. So let's print this list. Print list containing employee. So this list contains string value, and I'm printing this value here. So let's save this example. Let's compile this example. Java C -d dot test interface one Java. So we are missing semicolon. Where we are missing semicolon. Expected list. Here we are missing semicolon. So let's compile. So we are using list, so we need to import java.util. Let's save this example. Let's compile. So the variable is already used. Which variable? List variable. So let's compile. It is compiled successfully. Let's run this example. So I'm getting result here. If you see that there is, I declare one function interface, and with the help of lambda expression I'm getting list of string from list of employee. So I successfully convert the list of employee into the list of string. Now I want the list contain only the initial name, first name from the name. The name contain first name, last name. Here instead of whole name, I want to just print the first name from the name. For this also we need to write functional interface, because this is already used code is here. I want to use this one, and again I want to display another list. So let's me create one more functional interface. Having public method, and it is returning string. Convert list. List of employee. From this list I want to get the separate list of string containing first name from the name. So for this again we need to write the same logic. How? Let us see. Here this is the sample interface 1, and we are passing list, we are getting list here. Instead of name, I want substring from 0 to e dot get name dot index of space. This is the list I want here. I will iterate this list and I will get a value. This is the condition that this is the operation I want to perform here. Instead of getting list, I want to get the first name from that name. So let's save this example. Let's run this example. This is the second interface, functional interface. So let's compile. I'll use repeat case list. Let's compile. Let's compile successfully. Let's run this example. So friends, here you will see wait, we did mistake. It is the S list. This is the S list 1. We are passing this list here, and this list we are iterating, and let me pass this one. Now let's compile. Let's run. So here you will see the difference, friends. It is second list is returned in me according to the condition, that is this is the operation that I have performed here. So this is how, again, if you want to get another list, if you want to get this name from this employee ID, if you want to get, again you need to write one more functional interface here. So instead of writing this many of functional interface, JDK provide their own interface that is called function interface. If you see the syntax of function interface, it has a T as an input type. It will take this input type as an employee, and R is a return type. So T here, if suppose this is the employee, this is the input type, and it is converting into R type. R is nothing but the string type. So we can convert this T employee object. We are performing the operation on this object, and we are converting that one into the another object, that is string object. So this is the main purpose of function interface. Mostly this is a using streaming API. Most of the time we are using function as a functional interface there, where we can convert one type of stream to another type of stream. One stream type into another stream. So this is the main this is the main purpose of this function interface. If you see that advantage of function interface, there it is taking input as a one type of value and it is returning the another type of value. So T is the input type only, and whenever you are returning, it is returning R type of object as a return value. So if you see this example, instead of creating different functions, JDK8 provide their own function and there is an inbuilt method also there. So this is the main advantage. You need not to write. You need to create. You need not to create different functional interface. There is an inbuilt function interface is there, and that contain only one method. This is act as a functional interface, so you can use this functional interface. You need not to create your own functional interface. You need not to create different functional interface. Use the inbuilt functionality that provided by JDK8. That is helpful for you. So this is the advantage for function. Now, as you say, as the JDK, it's telling us no need to create your own functional interface. So I am removing functional interface and I am removing the lambda expression from here also. Now I will create my own function, inbuilt function that is provided by the JDK8. So this functional interface I am using here, it takes as an input and return as another object, that is a string object. Now this is my function. It takes as a input as an employee. So if I will pass employee object, it has to return me the name of the employee. Now let's iterate. Employee, list of employee we are iterating, and for this function, this is the functional interface f1 dot use the default method apply and pass this employee object as an input. So this is the employee object, this is the input for this function. So I am passing employee as an input for this functional interface, and it has to return me the list of string. Let's add this one into that list. Now let's print this let us print this list. System.out.println of value. So let us save this example and let's run this example. Let us compile first. We are missing some bracket there. Is a for loop. Cannot find this. So we are using functional interface here. JDK8 has provided a function. For this, we need to import package java.util.function. This is a package you need to import. to use the functional interface as a part of your code. So let us compile this program. It is compiled successfully. Let us run this example. So it is run successfully. In this way, friends, you need not to write your own functional interface. You need not to create your own functional interface. Use the inbuilt functionality that is provided by JDK 8. That is nothing but the function. You can use a function and you will reduce the code, and you can concentrate on your business logic rather than writing unnecessary boilerplate logic again and again. So you will see that this is the boilerplate logic is here. So I will move this boilerplate logic into a separate method, public list of string convert list. Here I am writing and I am returning is list. So this method returning me list of string. So call this method, and we need to pass employee list and function. So this is the list of employee. We need to pass and this is the function. Input type as a employee and return type as a string. So let us save this example. Let us compile. It is a non-static method. So static method cannot call non-static method. So let us make this as a static. Let us compile. It is compiled successfully and it is running successfully also. So this is the boilerplate logic I am separating from this main logic. Why it is a boilerplate logic? If I want to change this logic, so I can use the same function again and again. Suppose I want to use another function. This condition, this operation I don't want to use. I want to use another operation and I want to display another list. So in that case, I will create one more function, and in this time I will get substring from 0 index of this is second condition. From this employee list, instead of returning the name, I want to return the first name of that employee from their name. So this is second condition, and I will use the same boilerplate logic by passing this function as a parameter, and I will print the list. So let us save this example. Let's compile. It is compiled successfully. Let us run this example. So friends, you will see that this is the second list I am getting by changing the function name, and I will use the same boilerplate logic again. So this is how you can write your code, and you can use a function as a part of your code there is an inbuilt functionality of JDK 1.8 has provided. If you see here, along with apply is the one of the single abstract method. Along with this method, it is providing some of the default method and some of the static method also. So compose is the one of the default method it is providing, and it is also provided one of the default another method called andThen. And one static method called as identity. These are the default method and static method provided by JDK 8 as a part of the function. So you can use these methods, default method in your program, in your code. So let us see how you can use compose, how can you use andThen, and how can you use identity as a part of your program. Let's use up compose. Compose is the default method. Now how can you use the compose? So let me create one more function. This is the function having input type as an employee and output type as an employee. It takes as an input employee, lambda expression, and from the e.get name, from this employee it is getting the name, and from this name it is returning the substring from 0 to e.get name up to the index of empty. So in this list up to the empty, from this position from 0 to up to this position, this is the list I want to get from the employee list. So instead of returning whole name, I want to get this name, so I am setting this name. So it will return the name, first name from the employee name, and it is returning E. Now this is the second function here. I want the list of string, so it has to return with the list of string. I will use the convert list by passing list of employee, and if you look here, you have f1.compose of f2, f1.compose of f2. So same convert list method I am using and passing the list. This is the list f1.compose f2. The meaning of this one here, this is the default method that is provided inside the function interface, and if you see the method parameter f2, this is the one instance and f1 is the another instance. So it is a combining two instances, f1 and f2. It is combining two instances. This is the current instance f1. This is the f1 is the current instance. It is combining current instance with another one. This is the f2 is another one. Combining of f1 instance with another one and it is returning the combined function instance back to the function. The combined function instance, it is returning to the f1. We are passing, this is the second parameter. Now it has to return me the list of string. So let's print list of string for each value of lambda expression system.out.println value. So this is how we can use compose. We can combine current function with another one, and the total combined function instance, it is returning as a result. If you see that compose method having f2 as a function, as an input, so before f1 instance has been performed the operation, f2 has to perform it operation first, or before f1. So here f2 will perform the operation first of all. This is f2, this is first operation will be performed before current function f1. So first this instance will execute, and then this instance will be executed, and the combined function interface will return to this function, which is nothing but we are passing as a parameter, and it will iterate the list and it will return the result value back to me. So let us send this example. Let's compile. Expected semicolon. Semicolon. Where? 25. Save. Let's compile this example. It is compiled successfully. Let's run this example. So it is running successfully. Second, if you see that this is the list, it is returning me to the compose, use of the compose default method. Now take a look at another function, that is nothing but the andThen. This is also one of the default method provided as a part of the function interface. Then how can you use the function interface? Let us create function of employee as an input, and it is returning string as an output. Once we are passing employee as an input to the lambda expression, it has to return me the input where I am passing string as an input. I will pass here, not employee. So this is also input string, input type string, and it has to give me substring from 0 to 1. So this is my function f3. It has to return me the list of string and I will use the same method, convert list, by passing list of employee, comma, F1 and the F3. F1, if you see it here, this is my F1 and this is my F3. So I'm combining these two functions. So F1 is a current function and then is the default method in that function interface. We are combining F1 instance with another function with another instance, and it is returning the combined result, combined instance back to the function. If you see that and then having a method with the parameter F3, it should be accessed after F1. So F1 has to perform first, then F3 will perform the operation. So the current function instance will perform the operation, then F3 will perform the operation. And once both the instance has performed the operation, it will return the combined instance back to the function of F1. Now let us print the result. Is list 3 dot for each value system dot out dot println value So let us save this example and let us run. Let's compile this example. Java CE append.test, it is compiled successfully. Now let's run this example. So you will see that THENJ, this is the result come throughout this operation with the help of and then default method. F1, it is returning the name of the employee, and all this employee, it is implementing this operation. So it will take the substring from 0 to 1. Here it will take all this iterate, all this get name. It is implementing, or it is operate that list by F3 instance. So this is how we can use and then. This is a default method. There is another one. Another method is the static method that is called as identity. This is a static method. The important static method means if you provide parameter, it will return the same parameter back to me. If you pass employee as input, it will return me the same parameter back to me. How? So I want to get the list of employee. Convert list by passing employee list, and as this is the static method, we can call with the help of function. So JDK 1.8 provide function interface. We can call function identity method with the interface name. And let me print the list of value. This is a 4 employee. Here identity, if you pass input as a employee type of parameter, it will return the same to me. So let me write one more method for this. This is another method. Here I am passing convert list. This is another method. This is the first list I am passing here, and function dot identity. If the function I am passing input parameter type as employee, it will return the same parameter employee back to me. So it will return me the list of employee. Let's save this example and let's run. Let's compile. It is compiled successfully. Let's run this example, and it is running successfully. So if you see that this is the output I am getting here. So this is the employee type parameter I am passing, and it is returning me the same type of value as a result back to me. So friends, this is how the function interface is there. Hope you are getting the things. What is the function interface, what are the default methods and static methods are there, and how can you use function interface as a part of your application. What is the advantage and what is the purpose of function interface? Instead of creating your own functional interface, there is inbuilt function interface is there as part of the JDK 8. We can use the same function interface instead of creating our own function interface. So thank you guys, thank you for watching my YouTube channel. In next video tutorial, I will explain you Stream API in JDK 8. So till then, take care. Thank you.